Welcome back, guys, to Trails to Azure, where Chapter 4, Day 2 has gotten underway. We have swept Central Square. We need to go speak to the Bracers at the Bracer Guild, because, of course, Crossbell is now independent. Adios McLean is the Secretary of Defense or whatever he is. He's the right-hand man of Dieter Croix, President Dieter Croix. So, let's continue on and find out more about it, or gauge some more of the mood of Crossbell. It's patrol first, so let's go Station Street, and then go clockwise around our place, I think. It's funny, there's all of a sudden, there's more people over here. Well, there's way more people at Station Street than I thought. I was like, why is there no people? Oh, the tourists aren't here anymore. Oh, never mind. 15 billion citizens appear. It sounds like the Transcontinental Railroad is going to be suspending operations after today. Oh, there goes my one reason to live. All I can do is hope this gets resolved ASAP so service can go back to normal. I'm sure you can find something else to look at. Please, dear, calm down. We need to hurry and buy our tickets. Oh, it's the tourists or foreigners getting out of here. What? I can't return to the Empire unless I leave today. Defense Force my behind. I don't know who they're defending, but I sure am seeing a lot of forcing. See, it's the thing, to shut down all modes of transport between nations. Literally is just going, yeah, it's war. What a mess. It's so crowded I can't even get my foot in the door. At this rate, I'm not sure I'll ever manage to make it home to Calvert. Bus? Losing my job here in Crossbell hurts, but being unable to return home is even worse. How am I supposed to sit still in this situation? I have to get out of here before things really get ugly. Wait, why are you losing your job? Just because you're fleeing? Hey, why do we have to go home to Arabonia? I made so many friends here too. We recently received a notice instructing us to return to Arabonia. Just when I'd grown fond of life here in Crossbell. Oh, so you were called back by your government? A notice? Hopefully not by the Crossbell government. We're independent now. All non-Crossbellans get the hell out of here. Seems a bit weird. Things are looking pretty bad all of a sudden. They've even stopped the trains. How are we going to ship goods between countries now? Don't worry, just hunt the tomatoes on the road. Crossbell Station is scheduled to terminate all service after today. The closure is indefinite and there will be no timeline for reopening in the foreseeable future. Any foreigners wishing to leave are urged to do so as soon as they are able. Well, we can't go in. Looks like it's completely packed with foreign nationals and visitors trying to return home. Trying to get in now would be close to impossible. Honestly, guys, you need to take the bus. There's no time to leave the city. We need to get to the bottom of what's happening. I mean, news doesn't come really when you want it, though. It's the issue here, guys. You kind of just have to wait for news. Let's go into here first. I was going to speak to those two, but may as well get this section done. West Street. Dad's been busy ever since he went to the station this morning. I wish he'd try and relax a little while he's here at home, at least. No, it's not a relaxing day. I went to Crossbell Station this morning to lend a hand wherever I could. It was swarmed with tourists and foreign nationals trying to leave the state. It was pandemonium in there. I think I'm going to cut my break short and head back so I can keep helping out. The station was in total chaos, I bet. I would also help out, because these people's lives are being uprooted, some of them, which sucks. Feels like Crossbell's been through one debacle after another this year. Maybe I should let things cool down before I go on my next big adventure. I guess I could always catch up on my sleep, not that there's anything else to do. I have a sinking feeling about what the future holds in store for Crossbell. At least Chiruru returning home is one less worry on my mind. It's times like these that families need to come together most. We need to be ready for anything. I almost feel like Chiruru could walk into a safer place on her own power. So Auntie Late is not here. Nor Uncle Miles, but he's usually working at the library. My father and mother came home from working abroad. I'm happy to see them again, but they seem really stressed out. Does it have to do with our independence? Is it that bad? Happy my mum and dad are back up, but they seem really stressed out. Yes, independence. A lot of people are scared that Ereboni and Calvert are going to attack us now. But I don't get it. Wasn't all this stuff about being independent supposed to be a good thing? You've been sold the lines. But now everyone's scared we're going to get attacked. Yep. The latest issue of the Crossbell Times was a shock to read. I never expected President Croix would be so hostile towards the two major powers. It doesn't give me high hopes for how Crossbell's situation pans out from here. I'm surprised how well my dad and Oscar have been taking the news. Are we really going to be okay? Sure, we have Arios, but we're talking about taking on Calvert and Erebonia here. Well, whatever. Not like me complaining about it is going to make things any safer. Sure, we have Arios, but even he couldn't fend off two major powers all by himself. Aren't you lucky that Cassius is Labil? With no more trains coming into the city, it's only a matter of time before we run out of ingredients. There's always our Morica, though. Maybe we can manage to get by without relying on imports. I'm sure things will work themselves out. As long as I can continue baking bread, I'm golden brown. We might be able to scrape by without importing ingredients. It's good that we didn't get it sold off, didn't it? It's good that we attended that. Chiruru came back to her parents' place. She picked a bad time to be in the city, but maybe she has the right idea, sticking with her family. I think I'll head straight home too once I'm done here. It's gonna hurt losing access to imports. Almost all of our bread uses at least one ingredient that can't be found domestically. We'll just have to make do with what we can get from local suppliers for now. I've got it. I'll slap a sticker on our wrappers and call it 100% locally sourced. Then I can charge extra. Ah, kidding. I know this isn't the time for jokes. Please don't. My God. Should make a fake extra brand. Lots of supermarkets do that now. We make a brand. It's not a real brand. It's just a name. We can sell it for more later. There was a veritable procession of Orbital cars making their way to the borders this morning. They must have been foreign residents trying to get back to their home countries. President Croix's words resonated with the souls of our citizens, myself included. He's got my support, even if it ends up making enemies out of Erebonia and Calvert. He literally called you all sinners and dumb for believing in deceit. Oh yes, we totally are. This is fine. According to the President's address, Erebonia and Calvert have been fighting a secret war on our soil for decades now. Well, they kind of have, yeah. If they truly are the cause behind the tragedies of our past, why, every citizen ought to be outraged. Well, like... you need evidence more than just... Yeah, I'm sure you know what name it is, and yes, you're correct. It's Erebonia. You know... I'll let you come to your own conclusions, my intelligent fellow people of Crossbell. But yes, it's definitely that place. Thanks to this whole mess, I can no longer be employed in Erebonia or Calvert. Damn it, the least they could do is let me fulfill my outstanding contracts. If only I'd finished beforehand. Imagine my shock when I heard the IBC had frozen all foreign assets. Well, this lead to some kind of retaliation. This lady gets it. I wonder if Erebonia really was responsible for the raid. If so, then there's no way I'll ever forgive them. It's their fault Ilya is... I'm not saying anything because I don't have proof. Evidence, people. Mum and Dad look really worried about something. It's starting to make me worried too. Hearing Deirdre Croix's speech has me convinced that our independence is finally in reach. The road there may be a dangerous one, but I'm ready for that. I'll protect Elsa and Momo no matter what happens. I'm starting to wonder if every... then, you know, Crossbell citizen's gonna have a rifle soon or something. The way they're speaking. Crossbell's spiraling more out of control with every passing second. It's gonna be a long time before I let Momo go outside on her own again. Hopefully she won't resent me too much for that. I just can't keep myself calm if I don't know exactly where she is at any given moment. After all, the weapon shop guys did say that civilians just come in and go, "Weapons, please." Mr. Grimwood was the one who drafted the constitution for the independent state of Crossbell. As one of the architects of our new independence, I'm sure he has a lot on his mind today. Yeah, I bet. Hello, SSS. I assume you watched Dieter's address. We did, yes. Then you must be rather confused about the sudden turn of events. Your expression speaks volumes. The same is likely true for most of the populace right about now. Erebonia and Calvert's feud in the shadows of our home, however, is a truth we must all accept. You mean to say they really were the cause of all those incidents Uncle Dieter mentioned? Indeed I do. For decades, our state has turned a blind eye to foreign transgressions in the name of preserving false peace and prosperity. Those are the sins Dieter spoke of, the ones that each of us Crossbellans bear. Only by asserting our independence could we be made to face that truth. I didn't realize you felt that way, Mr. Grimwood. My apologies, I didn't intend to sound so brash. Perhaps the President's address has impacted me more profoundly than I realize. But nevertheless, the die has already been cast. The time has come for each and every person in Crossbell to consider our next course of action. With this, the die has been cast. Well, we know what side he's on. We know how he feels. It's the hardest thing to say as well. When you're in the position that Crossbell is, it's not necessarily accepting things you shouldn't, because you shouldn't accept those things happening if they were caused by outside foreign powers. But you kind of... It's one of those things of humanity, isn't it? You kind of sometimes have to accept things you can't do anything about, or face obliteration. Yeah, that's a thing. There's balances to watch out for here. It's not great, but it exists. Ideal world and all that. It's never going to be there. Crossbell is headed for some difficult times moving forward, but I'm sure we'll be alright as long as our family sticks together. So long as we come together as one and lift each other up, there's nothing we can't endure. Both of my parents work for the IBC, so they've been extra busy lately. Nothing's been the same around here ever since this whole asset freeze business happened. I wish it didn't have to be like this so we could all just stay together, but maybe that's too much to hope for. Both of my parents work for the IBC, so they've been extra busy lately. Working in Orcus Tower now, I guess. Well, we know we could have had another raid in the city at any moment. With how tense things are at the borders now, it may only be a matter of time. I'm gonna have to step up as the man of the house and protect my family. Of course, you're not there today. Crossbell's hurtling right into the danger zone with this one. Well, at least we have Granny with us. As far as rough times go, she's seen it all. Don't worry. She'll save us. With age. My husband and I received special permission to come see our family after the address. Thankfully, I've been able to rely on my mother-in-law to watch over things for us here. Patriarch of the household, or matriarch, if you want to gender it. Hello, Harold. Oh, Mr. Hayworth, are you going somewhere? Yes, the people of Armorica invited me to their village after all the help I've given them. At Ian's recommendation, I accepted. My family and I were planning to stay there for a little while as well. And I wasn't expecting there to be such drastic news on the day we were scheduled to leave. That's very true. We're all in shock right now. No one can blame me for taking a free vacation, though. We could all use one of those with this craziness going down. He has a point. You've been relentlessly at work for what seems like an eternity. I won't deny it, but I can't sit still with the way things are. I'll be coming straight back after I drop Sophia and Colin off in Armorica. Plenty of people I'm indebted to are in trouble. I won't abandon them for my own leisure while chaos envelops the state. That's understandable. I wish I could say you're overthinking it and that everything will be alright. There's no telling what could happen. Drive safe, Mr. Hayworth. I will, Lloyd. Don't let your work put you in too much danger. I'll be heading back here after I drop Sophia and Colin off at the Armorica village. I regret not being able to join them, but the circumstances are far too chaotic for me to ignore those in need of my help. Be careful. To be honest, taking them out to Armorica is a... Armorica is a non-military strategic area. Do you know what I mean? If attacks come, attacks would come to the city directly. To the gates. but not to America, surely, is what you'd think. So taking your family to America is a good idea. Papa and Mama look so worried. I thought today was supposed to be fun. What's going on? What could possibly happen next? I don't care what becomes of me, but goddess forbid anything terrible ever befalls Colin or Harold. Guess there's nothing upstairs, considering that's the whole family. Guess we don't have to look for any car books for a long while. You're still here? Yuri's keeping us cool, but isn't this bad news for Calvadians like us? We might be stranded here if we don't take this chance to leave. We all know it's from the Republican government telling us to return home at once. They seriously expect us to pack ourselves into a crowded train with the rest of the sardines. Fat chance. We'll drive back to Calvard at our own pace once we have our licenses back. Ooh. Well, that stubbornness has served you well so far, hasn't it? The Republican government seriously expects us to pack ourselves into a train with the rest of the sardines. Oh my god. Why didn't the other two just leave without him? So Crossbell finally put its mirror where its mouth is and declared independence, huh? Whatever. If Yuri thinks we shouldn't leave, then things will probably work out fine for us. Really? That's a bit of faith. Cross's speech reminded me of the delivery truck explosion from 4 or 5 years ago. It was reported as a mere accident at the time, but to think it was the result of an undercover feud between Erebonia and Calvard makes you wonder how long this unseen darkness has been shrouding our Crossbell. One of the victims in that explosion half a decade ago was no more than an innocent little girl. Makes you wonder how long this unseen darkness has been shrouding our Crossbell. Oh, where could Master Henry be? I'm worried sick about him. That's right, we didn't see him anywhere during the President's speech. I've been wondering about that. I don't know where Grandfather is either. My apologies, I didn't mean to stress you any further, Lady Ellie. It's alright, there's no need to apologize. If there's anyone at risk of overstressing here, it's you, Joanna. Remember to take care of yourself. As you say, my lady. It wasn't my intention to cause you any undue stress, my lady. Master Henry is safe somewhere. He has to be. He's in, well, cutscene-wise, he was in the tower, right? My lady, have you had any contact with Master Henry? No, I haven't heard from him. I see, that's very troubling. But rest assured, my lady, you'll be the first to know should we learn anything new of his whereabouts. Go forth, SSS, and do what you must. I extend to you all of my well wishes. You have our gratitude, Helmer. So I know he's not in there, so there's no point in checking out any rooms, is there? But, well, you never know when you might check something out randomly and it have our good stuff in. Right, residential district done. I guess Cathedral's next. Like, we can leave. This is the only place we can leave, according to the mini-map. Gotta collect my honey syrup, after all. There's nothing for us out on the mountain path. We need to get to the bottom of what's happening. Yep. Can't get my gold salmon, in fact, for that item I wanted to trade. God damn. I heard about Mr. Croyce's speech in the city. My fear is that Crossbell's independence will inevitably bring chaos to all of Zemuria. Oh, Adios, please guide your lost lambs. At this point, a major conflict between Erebonia and Calvard can no longer be avoided. Yep. Grown-ups keep talking about this one same thing. What even is an independence anyway? You're the nerd here, Hamill. Tell me what it means. How should I know? I don't get what this whole independence deal is either. The grown-ups in the city can't stop talking about it though, so it must be important. If Hamill doesn't know what the independence is, how am I supposed to know? When, like, they seem to be teaching, like, recent topics at the Sunday school, didn't they? I guess they didn't do this one? I even thought they did. The most important thing to me is the future of Crossbell's children. Will state independence protect them or put them at risk instead? I just don't know anymore. Noise. It's hard to imagine what kind of effect independence could have on Crossbell. I only pray those who are resting here will continue to watch over us. The wind noise scares me every time. My son's family was so worried about me that they came all the way from Merrimouth area to visit. Why they would do that for an old biddy like myself instead of staying somewhere safe is anyone's guess. But I can't deny they put a smile on my face. That noise every time. I only played Animal Crossing until like the credits, to be honest, and I still think there's a balloon when wind is in a game. Railway service being halted makes business a lot more troublesome for us traders. I won't raise a stink about it though. Surely this is just the goddess's way of testing us. Auntie Late's here. We'll manage one way or another. It'll take more than that to shake my faith. As long as you praise the goddess, everything will turn out just fine. That's what I always say. I recommend you all reach out to Alias too. What's important is that you keep the faith. I'm sure that's all we need to do. Totally. The independent state of Crossbell. Never thought I'd see the day. However, as a man of the cloth, I cannot condone the IBC freezing international assets so brazenly. The Septian Church will undoubtedly be keeping a close eye on how things develop. Well, they decided to do the cryptic thing, didn't they? The press release, right? Is that you, Lloyd? Hi, Auntie. You were here to pray. You know, Cecile came to visit us at the SSS building earlier. Did she now? I should drop by to talk to her on my way back then. I came here because I'm worried about what's going to happen to Crossbell. To tell the truth, we're a little lost ourselves. Still, no matter what shape Crossbell takes in the future, the SSS's mission isn't going to change. We'll always fight to protect Crossbell. He's absolutely right. Without a doubt. Nail on the head, my man. Just listen to you four. You've all grown so much this year. In fact, just chatting together like this has me feeling a little more relieved already. Thank you for that. If it's alright, I think I'm going to stay here a little while longer and pray. I don't know what the future has in store for Crossbell. But one thing is for certain, the goddess will guide us through it, come what may. Crossbell becoming independent will surely have ramifications in all of its surrounding countries. Chiefly, it could force the major powers' hands into applying even more pressure on the state. How would our citizens weather the storm if things came to that? You expect the two major powers to apply immense pressure on Crossbell from here on out. So, Sister Reese has returned to the holy city of Arteria. Okay. The congregation for the sacraments must be preparing to make their move on Crossbell. That could very well portend that this state is on the verge of great turmoil. As Patriarch of Crossbell's parish, there is much about this that I must reflect on. Okay, the congregation for the sacraments, otherwise known as the Grelsritter, is beginning to make their move. Crossbell may be on the verge of turmoil. Ooh, Reese is gone. Sister Reese made a departure from Crossbell the other day. I believe she was called back to the holy city of Arteria. Ellie, do you think it's because of her duties as a member of the Grelsritter? I'd imagine so. Though beyond that, I can't hazard a guess as to what that really entails. And then you put 2 and 2 together and you get 17. Lloyd, how has Kia been? We haven't been holding Sunday school as of late, so I'm a little concerned about her. Actually, she has been acting a little strange these past few days. There must be a lot on her mind. You're right, she seemed especially worried when we set out today. I'm sorry to hear that. She may be uneasy about the current state of affairs in the city. You're her guardian, Lloyd. Please keep looking out for her and be there when she needs you. I will, Sister Marble. Crossbell is in quite the predicament. It's hard to say what the future will hold. You're Kia's guardian, Lloyd. Please keep looking out for her and be there when she needs you. Entertainment District. Next then, bad math is still bad, sir. It was on purpose. Glug tea well run. Tea good. Old man need faster move. The independent state of Crossbell. I'm still letting the notion settle in. Should we see this through, it will mark a defining day in Crossbell in history. This is what President Croix truly believes is right, and I will place my trust in him. After all, should we see our claim to independence through, it will mark a defining day in Crossbell in history. I've declared myself president. We'll hold a vote in future, that'll be fine. Hey there, wanna play? Basta Casino's popping as ever today, so come on in and have some fun. Somehow I doubt. Mainly because, of course, I've been in here to play some poker. and get myself a luck emblem. Accuracy plus 50% prevents death blow, drop rate plus 30% for 10,000 tokens. Yes, you heard it right. You read it right. I have done the farming of 10 whole thousand. Just so I can buy this randomly. I'm sure I won't regret it. You don't think we're about to go to war over this, do you? I can't stop worrying about how Ereboni and Calvert are going to retaliate. Luckily, I didn't pay for it, of course. I just gamed for it, 500 at a time. Railway services are being restricted as of this morning. On top of that, an advisory has been issued notifying all Erebonians and Calvanians to return to their home nations. The situation is unraveling faster than anyone could have expected. By the way, this is popping. Crossbell's path towards independence has gone past the point of no return, but I don't believe President Croix would take it this far if he didn't have something up his sleeve. So what is this ace in the hole, I wonder? That's the question. To be honest, though, it's a JRPG, so the amount of NPCs you see... Oh, it's just these guys. Well, the slots are popping. The amount of NPCs you see are not representative of the population, are they? I spotted several armed men in white uniforms this morning. Now I realize they were part of the defense force. They appear to be combat ready from the outset. Which begs the question, just how long has Croix been planning this? The referendum was only a week ago, which begs the question, yes, how long, to have uniforms go? The new president's address was a sight to behold, I'll give it that, but I'm still not sold on this deal. Are we really doing the right thing? I thought coming to the casino would be a good way to relax, so I tagged along with Gantz. It'd probably be better to get on home early, though. We need to talk to Mayor Bixon and the others about Mainz's future. No one told me the city was going to be in such a frenzy when I came by today. Oh, I was so excited to play at the casino too, but now I'm just not feeling it. Poor Shulk. Right, we should probably equip the thing that I paid 10,000 for. It's just because I have prevents death blows, nothing else. Do you know what I mean? So I may as well have prevents death blows plus a billion. Drop rate plus 30%. It's like, I see items drop all the time. I don't think we need that. Things are really firing up around here. It's getting folks so heated that I'm scared it will start to melt my ice cream. I don't think that's how it works. Erebonians are definitely the ones responsible for hurting Lady Ilya. Nothing will convince me otherwise. The Empire's going to pay for this. The fans! The attack of the fans! President Croix couldn't have put it any better. I agree with every word that came out of his mouth. This is our chance of freedom. They're gonna get him. They're mobilizing. Crossbell may be at an important junction right now, but our troop has only one responsibility, and that's to hold out hope that Ilya will recover, rehearsing all the while. I'll do everything I can to keep the faith as well. You're gonna need to use some special stuff to get that to work. Corellio's on her way to visit Ilya at the hospital. Ilya's yet to come out of a coma, but all of us wholeheartedly believe she'll be up and awake again in time. This world is a wide world, of which more layers get peeled off the more games we play. So the likelihood for Ilya to actually get better by modern medical tech, by what we know, is probably not very likely at all. Slim to none was the thing said by a person on the stage there, in fact. But you never know what's out there. The members of our troop are still pouring everything they have into rehearsal. It's all we can do to keep the stage ready for Ilya and Risha's return. And in a world where you do have, like, magical herbs that could heal people before surgery was even a thing, there are definitely things outside our scope that might heal her. We'll just have to see how this happens from here. Rehearsal was able to resume once the stage was cleared of debris. It'll be a while longer before I can do much as a stage technician, though. Well, no matter, I'll still help out where I can. Okay, Nikolai, Sully, you're good to continue. Got it. You ready, Sully? Yeah, first I do the step, then the jump. They all look so focused on their rehearsal. Once the music starts, I leap in from off stage and then... Okay, so I need to match Sully's timing and then... While you two do that, I'll focus on making my performances even more nimble and graceful. That kind of work. Could you perform your solo for us now, plie? Gladly. Get ready, boys. I'm about to give you the show of a lifetime. The floor is yours. I'm with you, Eugene. Just don't let it throw you off too much. Let's go, Theodore. We'll teach you what the show of a lifetime really looks like. That's the spirit, boys. Now get a load of this. Seems like it's really galvanized them and brought them together. Even more. There's no like internal competition or spats going on. This has really brought Arc-en-Ciel together, but you'd expect it to be. Your star goes out. Not only have you got to step up, but you'd also want to do it in honor for, hopefully, what is your friend. People have always had their rumors about Ereboni and Calvert, but to think that coward has sunk that low. President Croix is right. If we don't stand up for ourselves now, we'll just continue suffering through tragedy after tragedy at their hands. The independent state of Crossbell, eh? I like the sound of that. That makes me a citizen of a sovereign state. How about them apples? Good apples? I don't know. Bad apples? Oh, damn, it's really going down now. But hey, as long as it doesn't put a cramp in business, what do I care either way? Right, that's the entertainment district done with the hotel. The inaugural address this morning came as a complete shock. I understand where the president is coming from. I truly do, but... Oh, he actually does have double dialogue. Oh, never mind, I should keep my thoughts to myself for now. For better or worse, all we can do is wait and see what happens next. Especially when you're working. It's probably not what people checking in want to hear is the weird thing, isn't it? The situation has been hard to take in. I don't know what to think one way or the other. It's true that we voted in favor of independence, but even still... I should get back to cleaning. When you're in a position of work, it's like individuality and thoughts go out the window, doesn't it? That's what an employer wants. Can't say anything that might make people turn away at the door, after all. Fewer people had been booking rooms since our independence was declared, but this morning's address was the final straw. Never in my life have I witnessed such a thing. We'll have to make some revisions to our management policies. Oh, really? We were able to watch the presidential address through our hotel's Orbital network connection. As you might expect, it was incredibly unsettling for our international guests. It may be best for them to return to their home countries, but that will be easier said than done. It sounds as though railway services are going to be suspended after today. But circumstances aside, leaving our international guests with no way to return home is entirely unacceptable. The hotel will have to explore other options on their behalf. Checking with the airport is one place to start. Good hotel. Doing the work for the people staying there. Going the extra mile.